असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. Good morning. బాగున్నారా అందరూ? Yes. The days are getting hotter. So we'll relieve you. Just 2 classes more. 3 or 2? 3 classes, yes. Most of you are from a rural background and from agricultural families, I know. In this country, in the last 20 years, 3 lakh farmers committed suicide. It's not a small number in our country. So now it has become almost in every 2 days we see 1 or 2 farmers committing suicide in newspapers. It has become a regular thing. In the beginning, we get shocked that somebody has committed suicide. What led to suicide of the individual? But now totally we become indifferent. But why such things are happening? Recently one spiritual organization conducted a survey among farmers. What percentage of farmers want their children to become farmers again? You know the percentage? Can you guess? Hello? What percentage of farmers wanted their children also to become farmers? Can you guess? Some guess number? Some number? Hello? 2%. 2%. 2%. Only 2% of farmers wanted their children also to become farmers. 98% said no. My child should not become a farmer. Okay? Why such a situation? The soil has depleted a lot. Soil fertility has gone low. Because of the green revolution and excessive use of chemical fertilizers, soil health has got damaged. The productivity has come down. Input cost has gone up. Traditionally, we used to talk about zero budget agriculture, 10 years, 10,000 years we have tilled the soil. The soil has not become depleted. 10,000 years we have been tilling the more or less the same soil. India is a very old civilization. You need to know and understand. Not that like America, we were born some 500 years ago. We have been tilling the same soil for 10,000 years. Still, we could keep up the productivity rates in agriculture. But in the last 40 years, agreed to have more food in a short span of time. As we've gone for green revolution and the high yielding varieties. Where the high yielding varieties are good, they yield more, they give more. But at the same time, the input actually, more input you need to put in the form of water, in the form of fertilizer, and also they are very sensitive to pests and more chemical pesticides we have to put. And as a result of this, soil has become depleted in 40 years because of excessive use of chemical fertilizers. Earlier, farmers used to put only 1 bag per acre like that, but now the soil fertility has gone down to such an extent that unless you put some 4 or 5 bags or 6 bags, you don't get the desired yield or output. So the input cost has gone up, capital cost has gone up, the agriculture has become not such a profitable occupation anymore. That's the reason no farmer wants his or her child to take up agriculture. So the immediate need for all of us is we need to protect the health of the soil. If we don't do this, what will happen? You will not be able to produce the same amount of food grains that you are able to produce now in the future. Basically, in fact, we are eating the food of the future generation now. Depleting the soil means what? We will survive as a generation. The next generation cannot survive. The next generation cannot till the same soil and produce food because the soil has become depleted. Soil has become barren. Soil has become alkaline and saline. Vast tracts of soil has become alkaline and saline in Punjab and Western UP and most parts of the country. It's a global phenomenon. Isha Foundation head, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. You might have heard his name, right? He has started a ecological initiative by name Save Soil. Very good, you are aware. On 21st March, this month, 21st, it started to generate awareness among people across the board, among all countries, 26 nations. He'll be on a motorcycle drive for 30,000 kilometers. 65-year-old man on a motorcycle drive 26 countries he will be passing through, 30,000 kilometers he will travel to generate awareness among people that soil is important. If you want the humanity to continue on this planet Earth, if you want the future generations to live well on this planet Earth, we have to wake up now. We have already spoiled the soil to significantly considerable extent, and we need to rejuvenate the soil. We have to bring back the soils to normal health. How can you do that? So traditionally, we used to say in our culture, padi panta. Have heard that? Okay, they go together. Crops and also cattle, buffaloes, cows. They give organic manure. Soil, people think that it's inert. It's just like a jada. No, no, no. Soil is a very dynamic thing. Billions and billions of bacteria are there in the top 4 or 5 inch soil. Day and night, actually, they're working so much there. Okay, there is a symbiotic relationship between the crop plants and trees and the soil bacteria. And ignorance thinking that the soil is an inert thing, actually, we have destroyed that. And this bacteria will grow well and they multiply well only when there is dung, when there is gobar, when there is animal waste in the soil. Organic component should be there. If there is a leaf, there is a little water and little dung you give, cow dung, buffalo, okay? The bacteria will get activated and they will decompose the leaf. And that decomposition will give humus to the soil. Soil requires humus. Today, humus content actually has depleted. When there is this organic content and when there is humus in the soil will be able to retain the moisture. When the soil retains the moisture, that moisture will be taken by the crop plants and we get good yields. Okay? If you want good yields, if you want to improve the productivity of agriculture, you have to maintain soil health. Soil health can be maintained only when you put organic manure, not chemical fertilizer. And organic manure will come only from cattle, animal population. So you have to have animals. But now nobody wants to keep cows and buffaloes in villages because farmers are saying, where are the people to take care of them, to tend them? All children actually have come to cities. No young man is there left in villages. Right. Let us say that only 2% of the population wants to do agriculture. If everybody wants to live only in towns and cities, then who will grow food for us? How long you will survive in cities? In that way, I am asking. Okay? How long you will survive? So the youth of this nation have to take it up. It's a crisis. They are heading towards a crisis for sure. Okay? Young people should go to agriculture. Educated people, intelligent people should go to and should take up agriculture. I'm sure now there are so many challenges. It is not economically that lucrative. It is not profitable, but you have to make it profitable. We have to go for zero budget agriculture. Our Honorable Prime Minister, in some meeting in Gujarat, he had talked about this. And today, actually, we are talking about zero budget agriculture. Zero budget agriculture means there is no input cost practically. Seed, whatever the seed that you uh, want to use, you can raise through crop itself. You will not purchase any seed from outside. And also the fertilizer cost, actually, you have to make it zero. That becomes possible only when you keep cattle, buffaloes or cows. There is no other option. Chemical fertilizer based agriculture is not a solution. Temporarily, we could produce sufficient food grains for our country. India used to be a net importer of food grains. Now we have become net exporter. Okay, they're all because of green revolution. But at the same time, it has destroyed soil to a significant extent. If we want the future generations also to live well on this planet, we have to protect soil health. It's a very, very major ecological challenge. A great initiative on the part of Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. We need to support, we need to cooperate with such movements, and we have to participate in generating awareness. As you, most of you are from agriculture background, and it's incumbent upon you. It's your responsibility as well, okay, as children of farmers, to see and to ensure and to talk about this soil health, soil health, soil health. That can be achieved only when we keep cattle. And we just ask people what you want to become. You just go to a school and ask children what you want to become. Everybody will say, I want to become a doctor, I want to become an engineer, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a chartered accountant. Nobody will say, I want to become a farmer. So you have to bring more reputation, more prestige to this agriculture as an occupation also. People are giving up this occupation not because of economic reasons. There are social reasons also. Nobody will get married, right? Young people are saying that you don't get married if you take up agriculture. Hmm? That is one of the social things are also there, social issues. Why such a wonderful profession like producing food for the country has become so low in prestige? Occupations like doctor, lawyer, engineer, chartered accountant, they call so much of prestige. Why? Somewhere something has wrong. Something has gone wrong, right? You are not exploiting anybody either directly or indirectly, and you are leading, a completely independent life. You are not under anybody. You respect your freedom and bring prestige and bring reputation to your own calling. And be a proud farmer. I am a proud farmer. You should be able to say that. You shouldn't actually underrate yourself. You should not feel shy. I'm only from farming community. My father is a farmer. Okay, you shouldn't feel shy. My father is a farmer. Okay, you should be able to say with confidence and pride, right? This is the best occupation, the noblest of the occupation, producing food for the country. When you bring that prestige, I think more number of people will go for this noble occupation called agriculture. And unless and until young people go for it, there is no scope for rejuvenating the soil, and there is no scope for, you know, making agriculture a profitable occupation in the future. You need to think this is the time. English is not that important, in my opinion. What is important is what is the immediate problem for this country. Restoring the soil back to its normal health is the immediate problem. It's actually an ecological disaster. More and more number of people will be migrating to cities and urban spaces, but there will not be a sufficient number of jobs in service sector. 60% of the population in this country is still dependent on agriculture. And so making agriculture a profitable occupation is the responsibility of every citizen of this country. And we need to think on it. I don't have sufficient time to talk more about this, but next prayer meeting, if I have time, I will discuss more on that. But you need to understand that soil is not our property. Soil is a legacy that we have inherited from our forefathers, and we have this sacred responsibility upon our shoulders that we need to give a living soil, a dynamic soil, a healthy soil to our future generations. None of this is my property. I will use it in whichever way I want. I will make it desert. I will make it barren. No, you don't have the right to do that. Then the future generations will curse you. Okay? Thank you. Nice day.